So here's the deal. I spend a lot of time on the road, behind the wheel, driving for work mainly, but just in general. And I get super frustrated and very tired of people that drive slow in the left lane. The left lane is for passing people. If you're just cruising, get over. If you want to be in the left lane, you need to drive fast and keep up with traffic like an adult. Anyways, I get tired of that, and I want something that I can sort of encourage people to move over where they belong if they're driving slow, but I obviously don't want to induce violence or anything like that. So what I came up with is what I am calling the driving paddle. And let me show you what it is. It looks like this. One side says nice turn signal, the other side says move over, but it's inverted and mirrored so that you can grab the handle as you're behind the steering wheel, put it up in your dash, and it can slide all the way into the dash, and when someone looks in their rear view mirror, they can see the words move over. Again, just a kind little gesture to hopefully encourage people to do what they're supposed to be doing. Now, I have had some haters say that, you're just going to encourage violence, you're just going to give people something to aim at, so to speak, but that's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is maybe make them realize that they're being dumb and they need to move. I also had some people ask me why it's upside down and why it's not this way with the handle, like you would hold it up in your windshield like this. It's on purpose because if I do it this way, I can slide it into the dash further so that your line of sight can see over top of the sign. If I do it this way, you can't really slide it down in there because the handle is in that small portion between your dash and your windshield, or you'd have to just hold it like this and now you can't see out the windshield. So this goofy little idea I had, I've been making myself, and what I'm using to make it is this. This is PVC, expanded PVC sheets. You can get them at Home Depot or Lowe's because they're actually designed for exterior trim applications, but you can also get them at sign material suppliers because again, they're designed for exterior signs. I first cut down a 4x8 sheet to a rough dimension of 24 by 25 inches, and I do that here on my table saw. Once I get it to a rough dimension of 24 by 25, I have all the files that I have created on my computer, and I use a CNC router to cut the handle of the paddle itself, of the sign itself. My CNC router looks like this. This is the Carbide Shapeoko 5.1. It's a 4 foot by 4 foot machine. I've had smaller CNCs, I've had bigger CNCs, but for now this is what I'm working with. It has all the commercial and industrial upgrades rather than just the hobbyist home DIY kit. But the 4x4 or the 24 inch by the 24 inch sheet that I rough cut goes on here. Of course, it would be cleaned out. I use these clamps to hold it down. I use that computer for the files, and I use it cuts it out to cut the paddle shapes. When the paddles are cut out, they come off a little bit rough. There might be some light sanding that I need to do. I just scuff those up by hand using a hand sander just to get the edges cleaned up. But then the next thing that I do is come over here to the router table and use a small roundover bit just to give those edges a little bit of a roundover so that they're easy on your hand and there's no sharp edges when you're holding the paddle. Once the paddle's done, I hook up my laptop and I use this plotter. It's also a vinyl cutter to cut out the actual letters. For now, I'm just using red and black rolls. The move over is red. The nice turn signal text is in black. So this cuts all that out of the vinyl. Once the vinyl is cut out, it still looks like a solid sheet, and you have to weed out the letters, meaning take away everything that you don't need. After you do that, it looks like this. This is transfer tape that I apply in a big roll like this, and so essentially now this transfer tape would peel up these letters. I would put it on a blank paddle, peel away the transfer tape, and the paddle is complete. This is kind of the logo I came up with. This is just in single color red. I just made this sign for my shop. MDF backer board here. This is 1/8 inch white acrylic, and then this is just red vinyl. Just kind of fun hanging up in my shop. But that is the logo. The actual logo is black and red. I just made this sign in a single color. I haven't seen these on the market. I think it's an original idea, but I don't really know. I have seen move over decals or the little eyebrow text or the front license plates that says move over, but not the paddle. If you see one of these, there's a good chance I made it. I mean, here's the deal. When you misbehave as a kid, you got paddled. So if you misbehave as an adult by driving slow in the left lane, you need to get paddled as well. If you want one of these for yourself, you can find them on my website at thedrivingpaddle.com. Hope everyone enjoys this crazy idea. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.